Welcome to the Infidelity Doctor channel. My name is Dr. Talal Salim, and this is the Ask Dr. Talal segment, your place to ask me anything you want to know about affair recovery and affair prevention. Please remember that this is not a substitute for the individual and couples counseling you're supposed to be getting. This is merely a place for you to get some basic questions answered and a place for you to learn about my clinical insights when it comes to affair recovery and affair prevention. So before we get to the question of the week, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can get the most recent updates. So the question of the week is as follow. How do I move past why the affair happened? It's a great question. A lot of it has to do with how do you define moving past the why. So let's kind of revisit the milestones of recovery. And one of the most important milestones of recovery is getting the narrative of the affair. In order for somebody to heal from infidelity, they have to understand what happened and why it happened. But sometimes the quest of trying to identify the what and the why may seem like we're trying to justify or excuse the infidelity behavior. And this is why I have to remind my clients is that infidelity is not an excusable behavior. Trying to identify the what and the why is merely an attempt to find a relationship between cause and effects and help us kind of understand how did we end up being here. But the problem with this issue is that even when you're able to uncover why the infidelity happened from the betrayed vantage point, it's a very difficult thing to accept because infidelity is a very illogical, irrational behavior. From the betrayed vantage point, you know, as the unfaithful, they say, if you're not happy with yourself or if you're not happy with me, there would have been different options for you to act on that unhappiness or dissatisfaction. You could have gone to counseling, you could have ended the relationship, you didn't have to act on that unhappiness, whether with me or with yourself, through infidelity. And it's a valid point. It's the difficulty in accepting why it happened. But also, more importantly, from the betrayed perspective, and this especially in the situation where the infidelity was caused by relationship deficits, the betrayed says, well, I'm in the same relationship that you're in. You know, I experience the same level of unhappiness, but you don't see me cheating. So that's another reason why it's difficult for the betrayed to accept the why and move past it. But in the situations where the narrative of the affair was told and the what and the why were identified, and people end up choosing rebuilding the relationship together, the best way to move past the why is by actually seeing concrete evidence of seeing all these factors that have led to infidelity being fixed. Right? So if I identified infidelity happened because Y, A, and B, and C, right? I need to be able to see A, B, and C being fixed in order for me to move past it. So hopefully that answered the question of the week. Feel free to leave your comments about the answer you heard today in the comment section below, as well as suggestions or questions that you'd like to see me answer in the future. Until then, be well, be safe, and embrace the possibility for a brighter future. Take care.